Namaste friends. Today I will be talking to you about multiplate clutch. The friction area of single plate clutch being small may not provide sufficient friction force. This insufficient friction force may not be able to transfer motion from engine shaft to clutch shaft. To overcome this, we have to increase the frictional area of clutch plate. Because of the space constraints, it may not be possible to increase the size of the clutch plate. So to increase the area, what we do is we have more than one clutch plate. The total frictional area now available may be able to provide sufficient frictional force, and that will make possible the transfer of motion to clutch shaft. That is why we have multi-plate clutch. This is the diagram of a multi-plate clutch. If you compare it with the diagram of single plate clutch, you will find so many similarities. It has got engine shaft on left hand side and flywheel is mounted on the engine shaft. On the right hand side we have clutch shaft, and this clutch shaft is provided with splines. Pressure plate is in the shape of box and it is mounted on the splines of clutch shaft. Splines permit motion only along the axis of the shaft. Rotary motion is completely transferred from pressure plate to the clutch shaft. The flywheel rotates with engine shaft. It is in contact with clutch plate. To elaborate this arrangement, we have this second figure. The splines are provided on the inner surface of flywheel, and we have corresponding slot in clutch plate. This way, the motion is transferred from flywheel to clutch plates. Coming back to the diagram of multi-plate clutch, you find that there is a shaft on which we have a spring mounted. This spring exerts force, and that causes the contact between flywheel, pressure plate and clutch plates. So the motion is transferred from engine shaft to the clutch shaft through flywheel, pressure plate and clutch plates. This position of the clutch is termed as engaged position. When we press the clutch pedal, we are exerting force against the force of this spring. Now this causes the loss of contact between flywheel, pressure plate and clutch plates. Now the motion is not transferred to clutch shaft. This position of the clutch is known as disengaged position. Here it may be mentioned that rotation of flywheel, pressure plate and clutch shafts is in no way related to the shaft on which spring is mounted. The two are working independently. To keep the simplicity in the diagram, they have been shown like this. Also, the contact between clutch plates and flywheel has been shown in separate diagram. This is an attempt to keep the diagram of multi-plate clutch simple. Thank you for watching this episode.